Welcome back into Lowcountry Money Talk. If you're just tuning in, we are having so much fun that we talked about the federal debt.
That really gets you going.
It's a party. Yes. We are back from break now. Phil Bloyd from Revolutionary Financial Group is here.
Yes.
I want to talk now, Phil, about some strategies for boosting retirement income. So we talked about what the effects, of course, of the debt, the federal debt, could be on retirees.
Yes.
So now let's talk about some ways that we can really boost our income.
Yeah.
How can we help?
I'm excited.
I know you are. I love it.
So, the way I see things is, Jessa, if we can save in expenses, investment fees, and taxes.
Ooh, that word again.
That is increasing our income.
Right.
And no matter what the market's doing, there's opportunities for those things.
Okay.
I've seen people that have come in to my office where they're paying excessive fees. One example we could say is, if I'm a retiree and someone's managing my money and I've not been paying much attention because over the last, 12 to 13 years until the last year, the market's just been on fire. So it's like, everything's good, doing well, whether it is or not, you have that perception.
It feels that way.
Maybe you're not measuring it against market averages like we talk about all the time.
Yeah, which is important. So things are going up and you're just feeling good about it, not really necessarily paying attention to, are you doing good compared to market averages? Are your fees too high?
Well,
etc.
The one thing we look at our revolutionary wealth reports, one of the things we do is the portfolio analysis. So that's going to say, here's how you're doing compared to average, here's how much you're paying in fees and expenses, and that is really eye-opening.
Yeah, and a lot of times you find out that maybe you're not doing as well as you thought, and maybe your fees are higher than they need to be, and that's where you come in and you save people money. So let's talk a little bit about specific strategies for that.
Sure.
Give some examples of maybe how you can help people save that money.
Let's say a person comes in, they think they're paying 1%, and I'm like, no, really, you're paying 2.5%. And they're like, well, what do you mean? I'm paying my advisor 1%. Well, then I look at their portfolio, and they have other items in there that have internal costs and fees. And maybe those internal costs and fees are 1.5%. So then they're paying 2.5%. So we just do simple math and say, hey, look, the way you have your account arranged right now, you're paying $20,000 a year in fees and expenses.
Right. Ooh.
And if we can cut that in half or even more, get it down to $10,000 or $5,000 a year, just think how much more income that creates.
Right.
We didn't say, hey, anything's going on with the stock market. We're just cutting fees and expenses.
Isn't that amazing? Just cutting fees and expenses.
Well, what if you owe taxes? Okay, remember we talked about the deferred accounts, right? So the IRS is our partner on our IRAs, right? So the thing we look at there is we look at, hey, right now our tax plan that we're in, our tax code that's in force, it expires at the end of 2025, and then our tax rates go right back up. So if we have a plan, a Roth Conversion plan, that's one of the things that the team will do an analysis on, and we're saying, hey, we just this week had an opportunity to convert some stocks over, and after the conversion, those stocks went up over 20-some%.
So
tax-free.
That's amazing.
Because we locked in our taxes at the lower rate. One of the stocks we converted over at 144, now it's 186 in a few days. So that's a heck of a strategy.
So the conversion is essentially you're paying taxes now while it's lower.
Right.
And then it goes up and you're not paying the taxes then on that growth.
Roth Conversion. Need to have that plan.
Yeah.
And what I would say, if you'd like to learn more about this information, now's a great time to go to my website and download the latest booklet called What to Do in a Down Market.
I think that's a great idea. Head to the website, revolutionaryfinancial.com. Get that free booklet. It's 8 pages. It's got great information. And speaking of great information, I think we've got more great information coming up next. We'll be right back. Stick with us.